everyone. It is that time again for a Saturday live stream. I hope everybody is doing well out there. Tim Shea says, hey, but I think Tim's probably over on Waddy's channel right now, winning some more stuff. As Tim does, he wins a lot of things. I went over and played poker on Waddy's channel and just got my ass whooped. Hey, what's up, Sean? Brian Dowie, thanks for showing up. I know we're going to be a little light here probably for a little bit, but we got some content to get through. I'm going to talk about some MMAI information that we have, and then try to keep things a little more upbeat because things are just, I don't know, I don't know if anybody else out there feels this way. Everything's very serious right now, right? And I feel like we're serious all the time. I do serious content, XRP, XLM, the lawsuits, we've got regulations and banks going under, and like everything's a mess, massive inflation. The government can't seem to get out of their own way with monetary policy, or if you believe in the controlled demolition and what they're doing, right? Everything is just so serious, man. I think we need to find a DGen play to get into just to have fun. I appreciate you stopping in, Brian. Fiverr, yo, haven't seen you in a while, Fiverr. What you been up to? Hopefully everything's good in your world. Lazy Jedi, what up, Sean? Lazy, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Also, there you go. If I can speak, thanks for popping in. I appreciate that. Bob Altamari, hey Sean, thanks, Bob. I appreciate you popping in. So we're going to be covering not Waddy's channel. I was just over there playing poker. But got beat fairly quickly. So we're going to have other things to discuss tonight. Probably not going to be a very long stream, maybe an hour or so. I know we've got MMAI content that I really wanted to go over. And this, honestly, right now on my channel, this is probably the only fun stuff to talk about. Like I said, everything else is so serious and mature, right? And sometimes I just don't want to do that. I want to go, I want to have fun, right? Like back in the old days when I was in, some DGen plays. Just got back home from Vegas. Empty pockets. Yep, that'll do. Vegas will do it. I used to live in Vegas for a while. And I'll be honest with you, it was probably one of the worst places to live. If you like to gamble or if you like to go out, to clubs and things like that, it's just, it will drain you of every penny you have. It will drain you of your life. It was tough. I like going to visit there now, but living there was terrible. The people who live there, everybody, you feel like everybody has their hand in your pocket, right? Not just going into casinos, but any business everywhere, everybody's got their hand in your pocket. But that's cool. Hopefully you at least had fun for that money. Daniel Gayton in the house. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Appreciate you showing up. Lazy Yo. Fiverr, yo, yeah, Fiverr's popped in here. Haven't seen him in a little bit. So MMAI content. And this is what I was saying. This is the only fun, type of content that I do, and I need to do more of this because it does get draining when everything is so serious all the time. You kind of, I don't know, you get burned out on it. So, Brian Yo, Fiverr, one card away from hitting 190K. Whoa. Man, you playing with the big boys. One card away from hitting 190K. Man, that's good stuff there. Binance stuff. Hey, thanks for popping in. I appreciate you joining the live stream here. Hopefully everything is good in your world. I know I believe you're over in the UK, and hopefully your channel's doing well. I haven't had the chance to pop in your channel to see what kind of stuff you're putting out these days. Type in between my coughing and hacking. Are you still... Is this an extended coverage of your illness from last week? Sup, Daniel? Lazy Jedi. So yeah, hopefully, Daniel, you're doing all right there. I know I know a lot. Obviously, a lot of people who got the big C, and it just lingers forever and ever. Fortunately, when I had it last year, it was about a little over a year ago. I didn't really have a cough or anything. It was just real serious body aches, headache, You just felt like you were, put through a meat grinder. No energy, couldn't do anything, couldn't really get off the couch. It was about a week long, maybe 5-6 days. It sucked. Hey, Brian Lazy and Daniel, Sup Fiber. Yep, everybody's saying hi. That's cool. I know you guys, I think pretty much everybody here is familiar with MMAI. Obviously, my channel is sponsored by MMAI and a very a nice company to deal with. The people, the community, everybody is super cool, and it's always pleasant, right? It's always a pleasant experience talking about MMAI and chatting with the community and getting updates from Austin. Just hanging in there, no motivation. Yeah, I hear you, bud. Daniel Bryan, 5. Okay, everybody's still saying hi. So I want to go over some things that MMAI has coming out, but I wanted to address something. Let's get into the real serious content now, right? We know the banks are going through some issues right now. And this person or this Twitter channel, the Kobayashi Letter, he puts out a lot of great content, very detailed financial stuff here. And basically, just like this last week, it says new Fed data shows banks lost $100 billion in deposits just last week. Large U.S. banks gained, you see that's a plus there, gained 67 billion. Small banks lost 120 billion. Right. So what does this tell you? And I know I've said this in my live streams the last couple of times. This shows they are intentionally moving money out of this medium and small banks and giving it to the very large banks. I think that is the plan right now. So this, again, more serious information, right? Big boy stuff, adulting type stuff. But I think this goes to show my point, and I think I'm on or over the target on this. But it's crazy to watch in real time, right? It's these are serious things that are happening. I don't think enough people are taking seriously the situation between China and Russia. Right? They're basically eliminating the petrodollar in very large parts of the world, and once that happens, and they have their own currency that they're going to use for the BRICS nations, it is going to put a serious hurting on the dollar, which is going to, in my opinion, end the world as we knew it. When the dollar is no longer the world reserve currency for a lot of countries out there, we're going to be in for some tough times. Tim Shea, hey, Lazy Jedi, everybody's saying hi. Tim Shea, congratulations on your win over on Waddy's channel. Saw that. Tim Shea wins everything. I know everybody always says that. You know why you win everything, Tim? Because you're literally on everybody's channel. How do you spell Kobayashi? It's Kobayashi. Let's see. Let me get. Can't do that. I don't think it'll let me blow up. There we go. You can see that. Kobeissi, the Kobayashi Letter. But lots of great information here. You can go through here and you can see how horrible our world is right now. But yeah, when I read this earlier today, I was like, yep, this shows that I'm kind of on the right track with thinking that the big banks are intended to take over these small banks and really concentrate that power. Tim, hey, Binance Stuff, good crypto program video. You must have watched his. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, thanks, Tim. What's up, Tim? Tim is the GOAT. Tim is the GOAT, the mayor of crypto. Thanks, Lazy. Not a Jedi, just yet though. Yeah. No, nobody's at Lazy's status yet. So anyway, so I thought I'd go over a little bit of that, but the whole, I don't know what you guys think about the China-Russia partnership, where it looks like they're going to start accepting the yuan, the Chinese yuan, yuan. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. In order to pay for oil in a lot of different parts of the world, right? So that's China's stepping up their game and going to give us a run for our money as far as being a world reserve currency and a major player now. And we're allowing them to do it, right? The leadership we have in this country right now is terrible. Thanks, Lazy. Oh, it's already read that one. RC, hi friend, just learned about the Koyo token and how they are burning billions of SHIB. Okay, I haven't heard of the Koyo token, but they're burning SHIB. That's good, right? If you're into SHIB, I guess that's good news. Thanks for showing up, RC. I do appreciate you joining the stream, popping in to say hi. Yeah, just uploaded in time. Thought I'd treat myself. Watch. I appreciate that, Binance. That digital yuan has an expiration date. Use it or lose it. Yeah, the digital yuan, right? Their CBDC is basically the ultimate in control, right? It's what they're going to do. It's what they have to do there. That's just the way it is. And I think I've never been to China. I'm not going to pretend like I know, how people think there. But just an assumption on my part, I'm going to say they're so used to control that it's probably not going to be very difficult to implement that kind of CBDC in that country. So here in the U.S., I know we're going to have discussions about this, I'm sure for the next year, 2, 3, however long it takes for a CBDC to come out. And it will. The U.S. will have a CBDC. People are going to hate it. They're going to fight against it because we are so used to our certain freedoms here, or at least our perceived freedoms. I know everybody say, "Oh, we're very free," and we are. I think one of the freest countries in the world. And you may disagree on certain parts of those freedoms, but overall, we are literally the most free country in the world, the most equitable. The U.S. has a lot of really great things, but you only really see the negative in the news, and there is negative here, right? This country is not perfect, that is for sure. I should get plenty of hate for it. Oh, I'm gonna have to go check it out now. MMAI Wizard Cell, thanks for popping in here. I appreciate it. MMAI in the house, thank you. We're gonna discuss some updates for MMAI here in a second. Just waiting to see if we get a few more people in here. Binance stuff haven't got in that one. Not hater. That stuff is straight up gambling. And I was just saying, everything is so serious on my channel. I really want to get into a degen play. So if anybody knows a good degen, and I don't mind a good gamble. I understand the risks. Something that might be fun to mess around with. See if I can make $1 or lose my money, and you guys can watch and enjoy. I didn't know it had an expiration date. Well, all the others. So no, they won't. I think the UK is doing a very good job, and they are explaining to people there for the digital pound, which will be basically their CBDC, that they're going to be very careful about privacy issues, tracking, things like that, and make it very open. So obviously, you're going to be able to go into these blockchains and see kind of how they're made, and kind of see what it is they're able to do and what it is they're not able to do. Obviously, going to be a very big concern in the U.S. Once it comes to that. And I know that we have, in the U.S. now, we have 2 states that have come out and said they want to ban the CBDC because of privacy concerns. I totally get it. I'm not advocating for CBDCs. I do know, obviously, that's just another way for governments to control population, but it's going to happen, right? You're not going to be able to just say, nope, I'm not going to use it, because you're not going to have any other way to purchase anything in the future when the dollar goes away. So the dollar is no longer going to be that currency that we're used to, and you're going to have to use the CBDC, right? You won't have an option. And I know I've talked to some people who said, well, some states will just ban it. That's not going to matter if you don't have another way to transact, value. Then what are you going to do? I guess you can try to use gold. You can fight that off for a while. But the digital one, yeah. So basically, what they want to do in China, I'll just explain this real quick on how evil I think this is. They you can't control somebody if they have a lot of money, right? So in order for them to not be able to save money, the money that they get, the won that they get that they're going to spend, and it's not really implemented just yet. They're still trying to roll it out. I know they're having some issues, but that money is going to expire. So they're going to say, here's your money, right? This money is designed for you to spend on your life, right? For food, for fuel, limited travel, whatever they allow them to do. It can also be restricted to geography, right? So they may not allow you, if you go outside of whatever area that they think you should be in, that your CBDC won't work. Your digital one, won't work in other areas of the country because they don't want you to travel. So it is crazy. And having an expiration date on your money, spend it or lose it, then it'll just go back into the the main treasury, and then they start giving out money. This is the big concern for government programs that are just going to give people money. That the universal basic income concept that people are talking about, that I know there are plenty of governments who would love to do that. They can give you money, you're going to rely on them, and then they're going to tell you exactly how you can spend the money, where you can spend it, and all those kind of treats that go along with it. So no, I'm not advocating for a CBDC, but I know it's going to come. At some point, we're not going to have an option. Finance stuff in China, it's easy to do that. Everywhere else, yeah, not so sure. I don't think people are going to go for that, right? And like I said, at some point, it's going to be no longer an option. You're going to have to do it and use CBDCs at digital dollar, whatever it turns out to be. But I don't think it's going to be excessive like that, excessive control like that, especially in this country and a lot of the other Western countries. Wizard, so which crypto project you own as long-term that you believe in, not gambling? Well, for me, it is probably fairly evident by my channel. XRP, I own, that's my biggest. XLM, XDC, which I just picked up some more here last week. Quant, MMAI is an obvious one for me since I am sponsored by them, but their company that they're building, this project that they're working on, the devs that are involved, the money behind them, the technology behind them, I can't help but think that this thing is going to be very big in the future. And then I'm going to get into some updates here in a second. The UK, I wouldn't trust the government to do IT. Yeah. You know what? I'm sure everybody feels that way about their own government, right? I mean, look at who's running the US here now. It's an absolute joke. And we have a president who probably doesn't even know that he's president. Wizard Son, no, the program is actually called a crypto program. It's not Ethereum or Solana or anything like that. Hi, Sean, and everyone, smash the like button. Thanks, Max. I appreciate that. Crypto Talk Now. Appreciate you popping in. I know you're going to have your own live stream going here on about 40 minutes. I appreciate the support, brother. Hey, Max. If the banks go south, won't that make XRP worthless if BTC takes over? So now this is just an opinion. This is my opinion. I can't imagine Bitcoin ever taking over anything. It's too slow. It's too expensive. The energy usage is unwelcome in most places. But no, that if the banks go south, yeah, I don't see how that would make XRP worthless. I think it would be make XRP more valuable because that's and it depends on what we're talking about. I mean, if the banks go south, does that mean the dollar is going south, or is just you won't be able to use certain banks? We're going to have a lot of banks go south here in this country, right? I mean, and you guys are already seen Credit Suisse have problems. Deutsche Bank looks like they could be next. These are massive, massive banks. So I think XRP would be more valuable. That's at some point, right? We're going to get rid of these fiat currencies, and that could be a decade or more away. I don't think we're not ready for that, right around the corner right now. So it's going to be a little while. ISO tokens, is it? Then I believe that those will be the gate. Yes. And it depends. I mean, there's a lot out there that have been talking to these central banks. Obviously, Ripple is a major player in that space, but they're not going to be handling everything. XLM, Stellar, I believe they're going to have their hand in that game as well. Quant isn't really moving money. Quant is just a gateway that's going to interconnect a lot of different systems, legacy systems to the new Web3 and crypto systems. But yeah, I believe, and Cypherium's here's another one. Cypherium has been thrown around out there as well, that they've been doing work or at least talking to central banks out there. And Cypherium is, if you guys don't know about it and haven't seen the latest on Cypherium, there's a lot of FUD going around. There's a lot of unexplained questions and red flags that have kind of been posed. And I'm not really sure. I did a couple of videos on Cypherium. I'm currently a holder of Cypherium, but I think we're going to address some of those concerns at some point. I'll probably do another video on it. If you go over to Crypto Talk Now, Max and Larry's channel, Monday and Wednesday, I co-host a show over there called Utility Talk Now, and basically we're breaking down these red flags and the FUD that's going on with Cypherium. So I don't believe. I'm not getting rid of my bag of Cypherium. I believe that there's something to it there, even though it's not very professional. The website is not very professional. The stuff that they're putting out there makes it seem like a community token. So I don't know. We'll address that. Sup, Max? Isn't that a lot of media? Bitcoin on the Lightning Network faster than Visa? Yeah, the Lightning Network, it doesn't have the network itself is very small. Like it's not really set up to work everywhere just yet. And I know that I know somebody went down to, where was it? Venezuela, one of the South American countries where they had a test for Lightning Network down there, and they couldn't get it to work, and it was super slow, and they had some issues to deal with. And I'm sure they'll work itself out. I'm not a hater of Bitcoin. I just don't think that the world is going to use Bitcoin as a financial reserve of anything. I could be wrong. I have no idea. Let's see. And then a lot of, I already read that one. And ISOs are great to have. They move funds fast, cheap, securely. Yes. Yes, Tim, I obviously 100% agree. I know you're into them as well. And I have others that I obviously, Ethereum, even though I'm not a huge fan of the company behind them and the people behind Ethereum, but they've got pretty much every project running on Ethereum. And then you've got things like Matic, which I hold Matic. I have a tiny bit of Bitcoin, and I may end up getting some more just as a hedge. But yeah, there's still other tokens, other companies and projects that are doing well that I believe in. Finance stuff. I used to have XRP, XLM, and XDC, and they are so fast and cost pennies. Yes. BTC costs nothing, not even pennies. The last time I bought Bitcoin, it cost more than nothing. ASMR fan, thanks for showing up. I appreciate the support. Hopefully, you guys are doing well up there in the PNW, the Pacific Northwest. Not sure if that's FUD legit or not. Still holding my CPH. Yeah, I'm still holding. Here, and let me give you an example of why there are legitimate red flag questions. Let's go to ProCoin News. Now, I don't know if you guys use this as a news source to find information out on certain things, but if we go here, was this? Where is the search tab? Maybe it wasn't ProCoin News. Give me 1 second here. I don't think it was this one. I forget. Which one was I in? All right, let's try here. So if you do a search on some of these sites for Cypherium, because some people are calling it a scam, a rug pull. Nope, no content available for the daily hodl. I'm pretty sure I was on here. I don't know why I don't see a. Oh, Do Kwon. What do you guys think about Do Kwon getting arrested? That is the news. I saw the video, and it did look like Do Kwon to me, the second guy that came out that they had filmed, but some people don't think that's real. I don't know why there is no. Why can't I search the site? Oh, search. Here you go. That's doesn't do anything. Excellent. All right. So, well, this site sucks. Let's try this one. So anyway, I went on a couple of different news sites for uh, cryptocurrencies, and you type in Cypherium, and there's a lot of articles that go back, 2-3 years with Cypherium. So obviously, there's something there. There's something to them. They have been working in the financial and the CBDC sector for a few years. So I don't think they're a rug pull. I don't think they're going anywhere. They may not be as important as they say they are. I know there's a couple in the community that want to say that they're going to be the next world reserve currency. I can't take somebody seriously when they say things like that. So, yeah, apparently nobody likes to search on these sites. Why is there no search? I don't get it. It's irritating. Okay. Anyway. Oh, here we go. Here's a search. Cypherium. What? Okay. Apparently, I was dreaming that because I searched on one of these sites earlier today just to find out how many articles, and there were a bunch of different articles on them. Ethereum and FedNow, right? This is the big dust up. Right now, this is a Cypherium website, right? They're a showcase participant for the FedNow service, which is launching, I believe, in July. And so the claim is the FedNow is going to use Cypherium to move money, in the U.S. And that's the big news for Cypherium. Why people want to hold it. But I have serious questions about it. Tim, fan. Hey, Brian. Hey, Wizard. Binance stuff, are you sure about that? And tell me how many hours it takes to move. Very slow. I don't hate it either. Yeah, I've purchased and sold Bitcoin a number of times over the years, and it was never fast, and it was never that cheap. I mean, not as expensive as Ethereum is sometimes. When the network's full, but still not like fractions of a penny like XRP or XLM. I have wallet of Satoshi and I used it, no problem. Zero. Yeah, I don't know how there's zero fees. I don't think I've ever moved Bitcoin with no fees. Hi, Lazy. What's up, Fiverr? No, seriously, I transferred BTC using wallet of Satoshi, and it was completely free to transfer. Okay, wallet to wallet, maybe. I'm not a Bitcoin expert. Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you or have a discussion about it because I don't know enough. So I'm gonna take your word for it. Like I said, I don't really mess around with Bitcoin. So to me, it's useless. It's not really a store of value because nearly every cryptocurrency you can say that about. And in order to spend it, I can do that with a lot of other cryptocurrencies as well. So yeah, I understand. It's the old guy on the block. It's the first, but it's not the best. And I could be 100% wrong, right? And Bitcoin goes nuts in the future, and I am sitting here with none. That would be no bueno for me. That's a new one on me. Always been slow when I moved Bitcoin. Yeah. That's my experience too. It was very slow. I think, and this was a couple of years ago, moving Bitcoin. I can remember I had to keep checking back, and it took hours and hours to purchase Bitcoin and then send it from an exchange to another wallet I had. It literally took hours. Hi, Maddie. Thanks, Matt, for showing up. I appreciate you being here. Maddie B. He said it took about 3 seconds. All right. Well, next time I get Bitcoin, I'm going to test that theory, and we're going to find out. What's up, Maddie? Him too. Okay. Let's see. Maddie B. Fan, I know to drink, but why to Orange County? Oh, I see. Why to California, Orange County? Oh, so you're talking about MMAI, because this is one of those updates that I wanted to talk about. Was MMAI opening up another office in the U.S. in California, Southern California to be exact, in Orange County. Now, Orange County, I know very well. I have lived there many years. That's actually where I moved from to come to Idaho. Was Huntington Beach in Orange County. And Irvine, I'm assuming, I think that's what I read from one of the Twitter posts, that Irvine was the location to be determined there. So, and it's there's a lot of tech there. There's a lot of big companies there, a lot of headquarters there. It makes sense. If you're not in San Francisco, then you're going to be in Orange County, and Irvine's the place to be. It is not cheap by any stretch. It's a very expensive place to be. So, hopefully I'm going to get a chance to go there. I mean, we still have family there. So that'll be nice if I get a chance. I promised myself I was never going to go back to California after the last time I went, which was a few years ago, just because I hate it. Absolutely hate it. The traffic and the people are crazy. They're nuts. Hey, everyone, stop by to say hi at the park with daughter wife. GS, thanks, GS, for popping in here. I do appreciate that. Hi, GS. Hey, GS. Hopefully the park is nice. Yes, wallet to wallet. Getting into the wallet will cost you OBS once there is. It's fast and free, and if everyone had it, which hopefully is the future. Well, Binance, if that's financial advice, maybe I'll pick up some more Bitcoin. I literally have a tiny amount of Bitcoin. Yes. Hey everyone, Andy Rock, thanks for popping in here. I appreciate you showing up. We got a fairly small audience tonight, but now I want to get into some. Let's see, where's my MMAI update? Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull this over. Nope, that's not it. Technical difficulties. Okay. Let's pop this back over here. And let's blow this up so we can read it. Okay, so I just copied and pasted from Telegram, but I just wanted to blow it up. So this is from the horse's mouth, and the horse I'm talking about is Austin. He came back from Korea just a couple of days ago. He was there for a month. He was over there helping build, or with social media, and then helping build, with the wallet and all that. So this is the update that we got. So what's up, MMAI family? Everyone know today he's departing South Korea. Well, I guess I don't have to read that. So one thing at a time. Good news. The Pure Wallet roadmap is set. Dr. Kim, Dr. Lee, and the entire team spent a lot of time working on the outline and the roadmap that will make this wallet effective and efficient in the space. We have a lot of things coming for the wallet. So by the end of Q2, which would be June-ish timeframe, 2023, our Pure Wallet will be able to do everything a traditional hot wallet can do. Swaps, access Uniswap, PancakeSwap in a browser function like other wallets do. Hold multiple wallets. And then in addition, we will have a larger list of tokens that will be added to the cold storage. One major thing excited for is being able to swap ETH for BNB and vice versa. That's pretty cool. That's nice. I hold both of those. The NFT, so that's for the wallet. Now, so we're thinking, and this is kind of what my stream was going to be about. It is about waiting, right? We're in that part of the project where we just have to sit and wait and be patient for these things, for utility to come out. And I know I'm pretty sure we were expecting kind of a wallet update maybe a week or two ago, and it's taken a little longer than they thought. Apparently, but we're just going to have to wait, right? We're going to need to wait. We don't need anything to come out and be rushed and have something wrong with it. Let's see, the NFT reveal, right? And this is the one I am waiting for the most. I do have a couple of NFTs I bought, keys to the city with associated properties, and I would love to know what properties I'm going to get. Let's see, NFT reveal. I know this is what a lot of people are wondering about. The marketplace for this to take place is almost complete. We should have an update in a few days as to when we will launch this reveal party. Again, anyone looking to mint a free NFT will have to pay gas prices. So if you've got a Keys to the City NFT with MMAI, they're going to have their own platform in order to reveal those NFTs, and that's going to be a marketplace. It's going to be an ongoing utility. I don't know, something was wigging out over here. So there's going to be a reveal party at some point hopefully in the near future, and we will all get to know what type of property we got with our NFT purchase. So that I'm really, really looking forward to. The iOS Pure Wallet. So for those of you with Apple devices, their beta, they learned that iOS doesn't allow like an open beta testing like they did with the Android. So basically, it needs to be a completed working product, right? So when they do their test flight, right, it says the expectation that the application submitted is a final product and ready for production. So finally, when we do get it, it's not going to be just another version of the wallet. It is going to be ready to roll. So it's, we're still probably weeks, and perhaps a month or so away from any of this, which is a bummer because I have Apple device. And then updates in June, we have a few potential conventions we're going to attend and try to get booths at in Seoul, South Korea. One convention is called Metacon. The other is the Asia Conference on Blockchain Technologies. Registration submissions are in April, and he's going to keep us up to date on that. So that is really what's going on. Don't save with MMAI. Obviously, the another headquarter building in Orange County, California, which should be super cool. If you're anywhere in the area, maybe you can visit. Why put two California taxes biggest with no revenue? Well, so just because they're in California, that doesn't hurt the project if they're in a high tax area. Now, the tax definitely isn't the biggest in the country in California. That would be New York, New Jersey, and other places like that. So I don't think that that's really a concern for me, Maddie. And maybe that's a question we can ask, or you can ask in one of the upcoming AMAs or on Austin's channel. I've also owned businesses. I see your next one. I have a business for 50-year. California is the last place I would start a business. Yeah, I've owned businesses in California as well when I lived there. And it wasn't it. It's not the best place to start a business, but it's definitely not the worst place in the States. And then obviously they want to be where the tech is, right? So if you're a big tech company, social media platform, obviously San Francisco is where a lot of those are headquarters in that area. And if you're not in San Francisco, or you're not in San Francisco, then the Orange County, LA area is probably a place they want to be as well. Plus, I think that Augustin has an office there already, so I think they're already there. So I think that made sense for them. Tax reason alone, yeah, I hear you. I understand what you're saying, Maddie. I think because the dev has a business there to start, so they are familiar with all the laws and have property to use. Just speculation on my part. Yeah, Tim, that's kind of what I understand. I know that they already had an office somewhere and I think in the LA area is what I remember, but I could be mistaken. LA and Orange County are connected together. It's about an hour south of LA to get to Irvine. Actually, it depends what time it is. It could take you 3 hours, which is why I don't live there anymore. Too woke policy. Yeah, California has a lot of problems, which is why I won't go back. I love the weather. I love living in Huntington Beach, but the people, the number of people, and the drugs and the traffic, it's just and the expense you have to pay. I think we were in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath townhouse at I want to say it was either $1,900 or $2,100 a month, and that was like 9 years ago. It was insane. Companies are fleeing off. Yes, companies are leaving California, moving to Texas, moving to Florida, moving to other places where the business rules are much more friendly. I'm not a dummy. What is for good? I want to hear why they went to Orange County. Okay, yeah, you're making that very, very obvious. Obviously, you have an issue with Orange County, and you know, like I said, I don't care for California myself, but I think they're already there, so it makes sense for them. You know, they're not going to want to pick up and move everything to a different state when they already exist there. I think Augustin is headquartered out of California, out of Southern California already. New York is the biggest. Yep. California is biggest tax. Like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not a tax advisor for anybody, but obviously they have reasons that they're going to be there. Okay, so what does this mean for the rest of us? Right? We all want a project that moves quickly. So we get into a project, you know, and you have, you know, maybe it's like in this project, we had a lot of movement in the beginning, and it looked like things were going to just continue on, but now we're kind of in that, you know, let's wait and see state, and we may literally have weeks and weeks before any other update. So that is the hardest thing for me to do, is just sit and wait. Have a good night, all. I have questions. Ciao. Have a good night, Maddie. Hopefully you have a great rest of your weekend. Maddie, I'm not worried. I think they are, and we'll do big things. Yeah, it doesn't concern me at all. I mean, would it be better if they were in Texas? I don't know. It all is going to depend on their particular situation, their family situation, right? Where does the family live? This isn't just a place they just chose, you know, on just kind of threw a dart on a map. I think that these things were thought out. Bye, Maddie. Take care. Yeah, so that's really the updates that we have. I'm still very, very bullish on MMAI. I think this thing can be a behemoth in the future, and it's just going to take some time to build and develop. They're going to have to advertise, get themselves out there, which is why they're going to be going to some conferences in New York, and I'm sure there's plenty in California, and then there's always Vegas conferences, you know, for tech type stuff. So they should be able to get a lot of information, and they should be able to get a lot of you know, what I can, you know, call eyeballs on the project. So that'll help. And then they're in Seoul, South Korea. They're going to have conferences there. So obviously, all over the world, they have tech conferences, blockchain conferences. So that is the MMAI updates that I have. I don't know if there's anything else that can be said. I want to talk a little bit about Cypherium, even though we're going to cover it heavily over on my Monday night co-hosting on Utility Talk Now on Max and Larry's channel. But here's the bottom line with Cypherium, and maybe I don't want to get into a bunch of, you know, I'm only going to be streaming for another 15 minutes. So Cypherium is being basically, how do I say this? I'm stumbling all over myself here. The red flags that come with Cypherium are because of certain things like the website. Like this particular website design here is fairly common. It's probably a WordPress. It's not very professional looking, says, you know, some people. Me, I don't really care. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me that the website isn't as professional as it could be. The rest of it isn't bad. Another item of consideration is that all of the news items on this platform on their website are all old. If you click on any of this stuff, oh wait a minute, you got to click on this. Let's just click on one of these.
Thank you very much, Katie.
No, I don't have a date on this one. Okay, there you go. 27 May 2020. Okay, let's go to news. No, let's go to blog. Here we go. July 10th, 2020. July 23rd, 2020. None of these news articles are new or even recent. Right? So here, everything's from 2020. So why isn't there any new information on this site? That doesn't make any sense to me. Here's Cyferium in the news where we just were. Let's see. Let's click on this one. Just a random. This is from October 13th, 2021. Okay. Obviously not new. Everything is old. So I don't know if that bothers you guys. The company itself, the team here's part of the issue. This was done December 7th, 2021. There's nothing, you know what I mean? There's nothing new here. This is Cyferium's new business team. Okay, so these are individuals, not professional photographs. And this one here is, let's see, master's degree in science, specialized in science-based business, crypto enthusiast, well-experienced stakeholder relations, development. Okay, so I mean that he seems could be legit. I know somebody else did some research and they couldn't find these people on really on the internet anywhere but here. This guy's a crypto enthusiast. He started taking investing and trading classes in 2016. David brings in a rich network, deep understanding of the space, relentless drive to realize promise of the Cyferium's technology, right? And then when they do a little more a deep dive on this guy, he's got a SoundCloud platform where he shares mixtapes or mixed music, and there's nothing else, right? And there you can't find anything else on them. So there's a lot of red flags that need to be answered, and I think that's the biggest issue is that they're not going to get answered. Sky Gao is the CEO of Cyferium, and he has not really quelled, let's say, all the red flags, right? In Twitter, if we go here, let's see if we can. Here's Sky. Let's see if he's posted anything. XRP fate maybe fall. Okay. So he likes to FUD XRP. So he basically puts XRP down and then says how Cyferium is going to be so much better. XRP is going to lose the lawsuit, which I don't believe that's the case, or Ripple. Ripple may lose some parts, but I would bet good money that XRP is not going to be considered a security after the lawsuit is finished. Let's see. Here's him addressing some of the FUD. Our number 2 for serious. So on the website, let's go back to the website. Contact right here. Oh, it looks like they changed it. This phone number is different now. The Cyferium email address, I guess nobody answered. The phone number that was here before goes nowhere. Like there's no way to contact anybody there. This address, 36th Street. This is a rental, like a business rental location where you can just like you can rent office space there or rent a mailbox there. So they haven't shown any physical location, where Cyferium's located. So it just seems weird. Stump Rider, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you being here. You should put the MMI link in your description. It's not there. Yes, I should. Thanks for reminding me of that. Sup, Stump Rider. Hey, Brian. Cool and Chris, what's going on, Sean? Thanks for popping in. I appreciate that. Cool. Just going over some MMI updates. Unfortunately, there's not really a lot to talk about. We're just in that holding pattern now for MMAI. Waiting for wallets, waiting for blockchain. I know that June and July of this year, so just a couple of months, are going to be very, very big for MMAI. Tim and Maddie, If you click on the team, it takes you out of the site. That's crazy. Yeah, the whole website. And look, I'm not going to call a project a rug pull because their website's not as professional as it could be. But there are red flags. I mean, there are concerns and questions that any reasonable company would address. They say, hey, these are the reasons. We don't have a webmaster, in our office. So we put this together. We're spending all of our money on the technology and not advertising and marketing and really, really nice websites. So I'm sure there's some answers there that might make sense. The problem is that the way that Sky, the CEO, is going about it, doesn't make any sense. Let's see. No U.S. law says that New York business can't use a California number. So the number that was up there before went to Redondo Beach and went nowhere. Like you literally couldn't call anywhere. Nobody would answer. It's not there's no answering machine, or voicemail. Let's see. So he promised to come to the office, but backed out. I don't know who he's talking about here. The guy asked for official address, claimed he will visit it, and Sky gave it to him. Yeah, I don't know about that. So I'm not sure where these guys are located. They say they're a U.S. company, but some people are calling them a Chinese blockchain. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, it's crazy. There's so much going on right now. I can't even think straight. Let's get back to see if I can find anything else that he's talking about today, because there was some good back and forth. The triumph of proof of work. He touts. I mean, it's fine that he's on Twitter. Kind of pumping his project, but this is all he does. He's on Twitter all of the time. And this is supposedly the CEO of the next world reserve currency, and a place that's going to take over, the CBDC industry. Hey, cool. Hey, Stump. Also, by clicking the team doesn't open up a new window. Really poor web design. Yeah, it is. It is. But there's substance there, because there are papers that were published, a few years ago with like the Swiss government and Cypherium. So that the blockchain exists, the tech exists, the company, wherever they are, obviously they're not where they say they are, and they're not transparent, which seems weird that the FedNow system would partner up with a Cypherium, a blockchain that has all of these red flags associated with it right now. MMIPure.com. Yep, that's the website. I need to put that in my description. Actually, I need to put that in the every description of all of my videos, but I haven't got around to that yet. Maddie B, I have bedtime. All right. Good night, Maddie. I appreciate you popping in and your concerns. I'm sure we're definitely going to get the answers to those, as far as, what was the real reason, or the main reason that they chose Orange County, California. Maddie, is Bleaves really always right? I don't know, because I don't really watch Bleaves. Not that I have an issue with him. I just haven't found my way to his channel, really. He's my friend, but he's not. Yeah, I think that's his shtick, right? He says he's always right. ASMR, thanks again for being here. That's cool, Maddie. Annie Rock High. So saying hi. Let's see. Banks are falling fast, so I expect something big this week. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see more banks. I know Deutsche Bank right now is kind of in the crosshairs, and these are not small banks. But the monetary policy in the world, really, the last few decades has been abysmal at best. In the U.S., we can't stop printing money. And the amount of money that's owed just on the debt that we have, just the interest payments on the debt, is in the many, many hundreds of billions of dollars a year. And we can't keep going that way. Something's going to break. Something serious is going to break. And maybe that's the entire point. Maybe they're moving us that direction so they can implement their digital dollar or CBDC, whatever they want, saying, look, we can't do it anymore. What's going to happen at that point is magically a lot of that debt is just going to disappear. When I'm kind of interested to see what vehicle they're going to end up using. Uncle Thursday, I do appreciate you being here. I forgot to say that. You win with the really cool hat. If MMI rug, I will not to invest no more. The MMAI is not going to rug. I have absolutely no concerns about MMAI. They're a very real company. They have the most going for it out of any of the other crypto projects I've ever put money into or ever been interested in. Now, obviously, we're talking about in the community coin space or the token, where they started out, with good ideas, with proper backing, with proper technology and experience. Unlike a lot of other projects that come out that have nothing, right? That they're running on Hopium. They're selling you a token so that they can use that money to try and build whatever dream they sold you, right? And 99% of the time, it doesn't work out. It goes to zero. They have to give it up because they don't have the experience or they don't have enough money, or they made a mistake and the community basically punished them for it. And these projects end up disappearing. He's talking about Cypherium fan. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rug pulls. No, I'm not. I have no issue with MMAI at all. I'm talking about Cypherium. People are saying it's a rug pull. I don't see it that way. I just see that it's not a very well run business at this point. So I am not selling my bag of Cypherium. Maddie talking about Cypherium, not MMAI. Yeah, no, yeah. Don't get that mixed up. Hey, Thursday, yes, Tim, but bunch of dummies too. California is not good. Maddie B's really got an issue with that California thing. So we need to get Maddie B some answers. Too many red flags on Cypherium. Junk, do not invest. Yeah, if you're new to it and you're being introduced to Cypherium and you're seeing all of this red flag stuff, probably your best bet is just to move on and find something else, to put your money into if that's what you're looking for. I'm already in it before all of the red flags started coming out, and that's on me too, right? I did a video, but I do very kind of cursory glance videos, just general overviews. I don't do the deep dives. I don't get in and play internet sleuth and check out every little facet of it. And maybe I should, but that's not what I do on my channel. I just do general overviews. And the fact that it's on the FedNow website, obviously was very intriguing. And that's kind of what was the catalyst for me doing the videos. But I don't, it's not like I own, tens of thousands of dollars worth of Cypherium. So for me, I'm going to keep it, and it's either going to do really well or it's going to go to zero, and that'll be that. It won't be the first time, not going to be the last time. But it's worth a risk for me. Funny to me because Austin is not dummy to his father. Is not a me dummy. Yeah, we got to get Matty B some answers here. He's got an issue with that. Heartless Mining Reviews and Gaming. Hey, brother. Hey, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you popping in here and giving me a little support. Hopefully things are going well with you. I saw your watched a video you were doing earlier on one of the I can't remember what the program is. Novatech, right? You were doing a video on Novatech. Then I know that program's paid out. It's giving you some kind of an ROI, and it's been around for several years. And it's in this space, it's rare to see anything last that long. I know they're going through some issues. People are trying to taking their money out, which usually causes these programs or projects to fail. But hopefully they can get it together, right? I hate to see stuff like that. But thanks, Heartless. I do appreciate you jumping in here. No, I'm not that time. This was early. Tim, fan, I knew you were hopping in and out. Do you think Core will shoot back up? So I don't know what happened to Core. I know Corium was halted on, was it Uphold? I know one of the exchanges halted Corium. Let me go look and see where's it at right now. I know there was a snapshot. I think, was it yesterday? I forget when there was a snapshot where they were going to airdrop Corium and Sologen. If you own Sologenic, XRP, or Corium, you were going to get airdrop some Corium. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let me go look. Where's my Corium at? Corium. Yeah, they took a big drop, 40% in the last 7 days. So Ethereum's taken a pretty good hit too, and I think this is probably a lot of the FUD that's going around. People are just getting out and saying it's not worth it. But like I said, I don't own a ton of it, so if it goes to zero, that's another lesson learned. Like I said, it won't be the last time. I think Corium is a solid project. There's nothing wrong with Corium. I don't know if they had trading issues. I'm not sure what the issue was. I'll have to go and investigate. But I think, I think it'll be back. I mean, but 34 cents, 35 cents, that's looking pretty nice. Do you think debt will be wiped out or will remain for houses and cars? That is a tough question, but that's a good question. Here's the issue at hand, and this is something that is going to have to be solved by people much smarter than me. If you have a new financial system, right? Let's say a decade from now, whenever this thing happens, you're going to have all of that debt is going to be in the form of the old asset, the old fiat, paper dollar. And then you're going to have a new system come in. It's not going to be 1 for 1. So if you had $100,000 in the bank, they're probably going to, maybe it's 10 to 1, right? Because they have to get rid of the money supply. The money supply is the problem. There's too many dollars out there. So they're going to have to reduce the money supply somehow. So let's just say it's a flip the switch moment, and Friday they close the bank down, they open up on Monday, and now the dollar is gone, and you have to use this CBD, the digital dollar. If you had $100,000 in the bank, they're going to replace your 100,000 of fiat, and they're going to give you 10,000 of the new currency. But all of your debt maybe is wiped out. Maybe you don't owe any money on your house or your car. I just don't know how that would work, because all the people who are holding that debt, right? Because that debt for you is an asset to somebody else. Your mortgage is a debt to you, but it's an asset for the bank that gave you the mortgage, right? Because they're making interest on that. So how do you eliminate that debt without wiping the banks out, without wiping out landlords and car companies and all that stuff? So I don't know. That's a difficult question, and I might actually, I'm going to write that question down, because I want to see what experts, not other experts, because I'm not an expert. What about the debt? I've thought about this before, but it's such a large concept that it's just, I don't even know where to start with it. But I do appreciate that, Uncle Thursday. That's a great question. Hi, fan. There's Daniel. Hopefully you're not still coughing and sputtering there. Tim, I'm used to his typing, but I get what he's saying. Yeah. I had to scroll back to see what the topic was. Hi, Daniel. Note is fan not have an answer of why they have California headquarters. Yep. That is the big question for Matty B. He is not happy that they are going to open up an office in Orange County, California. How did you get sponsorship by MMI? I was asked, Austin. I mean, it came about in an odd way, but basically Austin put together a group of content creators, newer content creators. They didn't want to go pay, huge channels, a ton of money to do one video on MMAI. So they decided to go a different route and help out small channels like mine, which I'm eternally grateful for, and other channels, Crypto for Starters, Crypto Lounge, Daniel Gayton, he's doing MMAI content. And that was that. I got lucky, honestly. But now that my channel's grown, I do have others reaching out to me, and I was talking to Waddy, the crypto hunter, the other day, and I told him I've probably turned down 20 offers of sponsorship just because I wasn't 100%, I really, and this sounds stupid, okay, because I actually already told Austin I'm probably not going to do the MRI sponsorship anymore, because I didn't think I was providing, good enough content, to be paid. And that's an internal problem I have with myself. Has nothing to do with MMAI or Austin. I love everybody. I'm going to cover MMAI whether I get paid for it or not. So that's not the issue. The issue I have an internal struggle with I don't want to say self-worth because that, that sounds bad, but if I'm taking money for something, I want to make sure I'm giving some sort of a measurable value, right, for that. And for me, because I don't, the content doesn't really get a ton of views, and I don't feel like I'm bringing in, extra people to the project, then I'm like, well, maybe I don't want to do the sponsorship anymore because I just don't feel like I'm providing that value. And of course, I talked to Waddy, and Waddy said, well, you're stupid, number one, and you're overthinking it. But, that is, unfortunately, that's just the way things work in my brain. So I'm trying to open that up and accept some other, maybe some other partnerships or possibilities going forward with some other, and maybe they're not going to be the best, longest lasting project out there. But as long as I don't think they're a scam, as long as I think they have a good idea, and good intentions behind it, which of course is always difficult to tell, then I'll accept maybe do another sponsorship or two if I can, and I need to consider this a business for myself. Right, it started out as a hobby, just a way to get out there and talk to other people about cryptocurrencies, because in the real world, I literally have nobody in my life that is into crypto, and they think I'm a nerd because I'm into it, and it's something totally foreign to them. So I needed to get on. I needed to create something for myself to where I could network with other people who think the same way I do. So that's why I started the channel, and now it's turned into this, which I need to consider this channel as a business, and not just doing this for fun. So going forward, I'm going to try to see if I can get maybe another sponsorship or two and do some sponsored content. But I appreciate you asking that question. Also, on that note, I did add memberships to my channel, and this is not a beg for money. This is just if you enjoy my content and you want to be a member, the options there. I'm going to have Fiverr actually is going to do some custom badges and emojis and things like that. So it'll be fun. And then that way I can do some giveaways and we can have a little more fun with it. Daniel Gaten, hi, Maddie. I think Corium will rebound. People bought for the snapshot. Yeah, and they definitely did. This is the issue I have with airdrops and these free tokens. I don't have an issue with the free tokens and free money, but it's kind of a game, and it kind of rigs itself to be bad ultimately for that projects that's doing the giveaway or doing the airdrops in the short term. Long term, it'll be fine. It's a good, solid project. But everybody, piles in so they can get the snapshot, and then they just turn around and sell. And as soon as they get these free Corium, airdrops, they're just going to sell it. So to me, it doesn't make sense for that project to do those kind of things. I just don't think it's a good long-term benefit. I have the best interest Austin because I know he's not a loser, crypto loser. He's been our best man. Yeah. Austin is definitely the man. I owe him a lot. Hi, Daniel. Yes, I agree. I have never trust anyone but Maddie B. What I have trust in Austin. Sorry, Sean, I didn't know you were in Cypherium. Ignore my previous advice. Everyone should go buy the pump Sean specs. I appreciate that, Binance. And that's, it's just, we've talked about this. We talked about the FUD on the last, when I was on Utility Talk Now over on the CTN channel. And it's, I can be wrong. I can review a project and be like, hey, this project seems really cool. And rug pulls the next day. It's hard to know the intentions behind anything that's going on out there. So everybody's, we're all big, boys and girls and make decisions. And it's like I said, I didn't really put a ton of money into it. For certain I had reasons that I didn't want to, and there were, a small red flag for me in the beginning, but to me, I was like, okay, you know what? It's worth a shot, right? It's worth the gamble. Hi, Maddie. Branching out, another headquartered in California. Let's NS Labs branch out to the States, make it a global company. This way, NS Labs can work out of California too. Yeah, ASMR, he has an issue with the location itself in California. Always will support. Thanks for that. Hey, Heartless fan, that's the worst state to them. Best Wyoming, too low tax. Yeah, I don't think I don't think Wyoming is the tech mecca, or the tech hub here in the U.S. You have to look into land share. 10 million max supply has performed well lately. K Clay A111. Thanks for popping in here. I do appreciate that, and thanks for the comment. Land share. Have not looked at land share, but I'll write it down. And 10 million max supply is obviously very, very small. It's a very small supply. Has performed well. It seems it may be the best real estate token. Let me pop it in here into CoinMarketCap and see land share. Well, there it is. Land makes it very easy. $1.27. Looks like it's down 10%. I wouldn't call that performing well. Yeah, it actually looks like it's been performing horribly this last week. Yeah, ups and downs, pretty much like every other crypto. But it's been up to 220. Yep. Looks like obviously you just got started this year on the move. I'll have to look into it. I'll see what it's about. I don't, I've not done anything with real estate tokens, so there's always going to be a first. Thanks for the suggestion. I appreciate that. Hey, Tim, how is this issue? Not sure what that one's referring to. Okay, Clay. Relio is a great real estate token too. Check it out. Similar low supply. Relio. Okay. Maddie, are you in the Telegram? Yeah, I'm sure Maddie's in the Telegram group. Yeah, I'd go and ask the question there. Maddie, being in California lets NSLabs be close to the partner companies, Cognito, and that's Augustine's company. And if they end up adding more headquarters down the road, maybe they will open up to other states. Sounds reasonable. Tim, I'm not that. I do not care. Sorry to you. Great people here and great people in Telegram group. Austin is in there sometimes too. Yep. Yeah, he pops in that Telegram group and chats with people. Yeah, still coughing. LeGrand Commission. Thanks for popping in here. I appreciate that. I know you are a rollover from the CTN channel. I think I've seen you in here before, but thanks for the support. I appreciate that. Hey, LeGrand. Saying hi. Tim Shea. No, maybe fan. Ask of Austin if you want to pay 12.3%. Talk about dummies. Sorry, fan. Man, you riled up. MMI is already headquartered out of OC, California. This will be a satellite office for NSLabs. And it would be based out of the Cognito offices. NSLabs will remain headquarters out of Gumi. Or Gummy. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Thanks, Austin, for popping in. I do appreciate that. Yeah, so is Augustine's company, are they in Orange County? I thought maybe they were in Los Angeles, but I know people say, LA that aren't there, and they mean in the Southern California area, but everybody just uses LA as the place. Hey, fan, love you too. Way past Maddie bedtime. We as investor, not dummy. I trust you. Husband more. Love you too. Okay. It's just NSLabs and MMI coming together at the MMI headquarters. Shows our continued partnership with one another. Absolutely. Yeah, that's so fantastic news. I have no issue. I mean, I know California is a tough place to do business in. But I have no issue with it. And now that I know it's in Orange County, so I still have family there, so I can go and visit and maybe, pop in and say hi sometime. Uncle Thursday, I know people think I'm crazy until I get that Bugatti. You get that Bugatti. I hope you get it, because I know if you're getting a Bugatti, I'm probably getting one too. All I heard from Robert Conover, all I heard from other YouTubers was BTC going to 30K this weekend. Can someone tell me what happened to that? I don't do price. I don't do price predictions. Let's see. Let's just go to Bitcoin. What's it doing? It's not really doing anything. I don't know why. I don't know what reason, what catalyst would be out there this weekend for Bitcoin to go to 30K. I know that obviously the banks failing and people pulling their money out of the banks. People, they want to get into kind of a risk on asset, which is cryptocurrencies. But I think it's just going to be a short run. As soon as, whenever the banking situation stabilizes, I think people are going to pull their money back out of crypto and put it back into the bank. but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Uncle, once you get that Bugatti, don't forget to share pics. Yeah, absolutely. I want to see it. Wow. Thanks, Austin. What thank you and I understand of why I have a question. Remember, I will soon have a satellite office in Seoul too. It's just the next step to build out both companies. Yeah, and you have to keep in mind if you're not familiar with the way it's structured. You know, MMAI at the Cognigo, and I know I butcher that name every time. That's Augustin, the CEO of MMAI's company, and then you have NS Labs also, and they're partnering up. So basically, it's three different companies now, and they're all they need to come together so they can continue their work. And obviously, they're going to be partnered for a long time. Maddie, of course, I'd love to go to South Korea as well. Yes, to MRIs, maybe better. I know sometimes I jumped the gun. Good. Yeah, Maddie was getting all sorts of riled up. Okay, past bedtime. No worries, Maddie. Yeah, hey, you know what? If you got questions and concerns, there is no issue airing them out and getting answers to these things that you have. The word, because I have a friend, a big investor. I put and have money in it to Sean if I don't know what I know what you're saying, Daniel. It says I put and have money in it to. Oh, so are you saying you're worried? Matty B, all good, bro. I understand where you're coming from. California isn't that friendly, but it's one of the best places to recruit young talent. Yeah, I would agree with that. And there's a lot. I mean, in Orange County and especially in Irvine, that area, there are a lot of very, very large company headquartered there. So it's it's a good place to be if you have a tech business or a business like that. I have money in it too, Sean. If I'm wrong, we will see if we can overcome the FUD. Yeah, you're talking about Cypherium, Daniel. Like I said, there's something to the project, to the blockchain. It's just a little odd the way that they act out there in the space, right? It's like Sky, the CEO, he's out there shilling this thing like it's a community token. And I would think somebody like that who's planning on taking over the world has better things to do than to be on Twitter 24/7. South Korea is amazing, dude. Honestly, I hope it's on everyone's bucket list to visit. You won't be disappointed. Yeah, I'd probably have to go by myself. My wife does not. She's how can I say this nicely? She's not into new experiences. And I don't think she would like the food. She knows what she likes. Very basic food. Me, I'm more. I'm going to try anything and everything. And the food sounds amazing, and the people sound cool. And I know it's not America, right? It's not the U.S. And it's a different environment there. But I heard you talking today on your stream about coming back here and everything's the same. Like it's just it's so. And I know you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, but I wanted to try to cover something more fun, right? Because everything I'm doing right now is XRP and the lawsuit and banks failing and regulations and Gary Gensler and the SEC. Like everything is so serious and it sucks all of the fun out of crypto for me. Then so I take 2 or 3 days and I don't do any content because I lose motivation for it. So and MMI is fun for me. And unfortunately, we're just going to have to wait for this utility to come out so we can really put out some really great content on it. But I want to try to find maybe another DGen play that I can get into and have a little fun and possibly lose a little money. But yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate that. What's up, Tim? Good to see you, bro. I haven't been to China. I want to go to Japan. Oh, I have been to China. You want to go to Japan, maybe Korea after that? Yeah, I've got a friend, a high school buddy, who is a professor at a college there in Japan, an English professor. But I would love to go visit there. I would love to go everywhere. I mean, there's probably not too many places I don't want to go. Tesla's coming back and opening an engineering headquarters in California, so I think we'll see more companies forming in California again. They must be getting a heck of a deal. I've read if Tesla's coming back in, I know they have a battery factory, I think, in Texas, but I know that they moved out because of the unfriendly tax environment there and regulatory environment as well. Hi, Austin. What's up, Daniel? watching the games. I'm assuming there's must be some basketball going on. Boner DGen play could lose money. Perfect match for. Okay. I saw that in your. I thought that was a play on words, but is that really a? That's really a thing. Boner. There it is. And it's got a great name to boot. I mean, who doesn't like the boner? You know what I'm saying? I was on UFC now. Okay, you're watching UFC. Not a huge fan. I mean, I'll watch fights, but I don't really get into it that much. So I think unless Austin has some other news, I think I've pretty much covered everything. The iOS situation, there's no real beta testing for that, so that the wallet needs to pretty much be done and ready for production in order to get it out there and get it tested on their system. So we're going to wait for that. The wallet on Android is still being finalized and worked on, and we're going to wait till, I believe, June. I think you said on that. Blockchain is still set. I don't think I heard anything new on that, and that's still going to be the June, July timeframe. So it looks like June and July is really, really going to be huge for MMAI. Holly Holmes, 41 years old, looking phenomenal. Damn, you're out there fighting in 41. That's crazy. Who's building on Ben Green? Thanks for popping in here. I appreciate it. Who building on Corium? I'm not. I'd have to go look who's currently building on Corium. King Savage, what's good, fam? Hey, King, I appreciate you popping in. I agree, Austin. Yeah, so I am. Let's see, what am I? Hour 22 minutes. I was only going to go an hour, and I went a little long, which is totally fine. Is Waddy still? Is he still going? Oh, you guys are the poker tournament still going over on Waddy's channel. That's cool. I might have to pop off and go over there and visit. Boy Global. Sky. This Sky being Sky. He's just he likes to put down XRP and to pump Cypherium, which I did message him at some point and said it's not a good look for you to try to put down a legitimate project like a legitimate company like Ripple and XRP to try to push your own project. Hi Twinkie. That must be King Savage. Le Grand Commission. I believe April will be good for crypto. I hope so. I mean, we got a nice few days of green candles and everything was looking good. Unfortunately, caused by people losing money in the banks. Actually, people probably not losing money because I think they bailed everybody out, which is crazy. Now, here's a good number for people to understand in these next few weeks. The FDIC is a joke. Okay, the FDIC, I think they are able to cover like just over 1% of the deposits in all the banks in the country. Now, the FDIC doesn't cover like credit unions and things like that. There's a totally different system for that. But in the two banks that they bailed out, the what's the name of the bank? Signature Bank, and then Silicon Valley Bank. I believe they ended up paying out like $140 something billion because they wanted to cover everybody's deposits, even those that were over the limit, the $250 limit that you generally get insurance for. So to pay everybody's deposits, I believe they paid like $140 something billion. The entire account, the entire reserve account for the FDIC was only $128 billion. So they had to get money from the Fed to pay that stuff out, and it's crazy. It's crazy how there is absolutely no money there when all of these smaller banks and mid-sized banks start failing. There's not everybody's going to be made whole. So how are they going to deal with that? That's a great question. And Janet Yellen was being questioned last week and said specifically that not all banks are going to be saved. Not all depositors are going to be made whole because there isn't enough money for that. They're going to pick and choose which banks are important enough to save. All right, and it's a sad day. And I think if everybody in this country woke up tomorrow and truly understood the financial situation, the banking situation in this country, unfortunately, they would all run to the banks and try to pull their money out, and it would cause a massive collapse, and we'd be in a world of trouble. Let's see. Awesome says, I'm still feeling the June 2023 might be the month we see a massive turnaround. Hong Kong and China opening the borders again for crypto trading. That's huge. Imagine that money coming in. Yeah, that would be good. And I see, obviously, if you're in the XRP community, we're waiting for the end of this case, which, unfortunately probably isn't going to be the end of the case. It's going to be the end of parts of it and just the beginning of other parts. It could go to trial. It could get appealed. It could get appealed all the way up to the Supreme Court. It could be many more years of this. But if we can just get XRP to have legal clarity that is not a security going forward, that could start, in the next month or two, that could start a little mini bull run. And if that's, obviously compounding with some other good information or other good news, at the time, I think it would be great. The Fed just printed more money. Yes, they are. This is the problem, that right, them printing more money and then them keep raising the interest rates to help combat inflation that they're causing by printing more money is an endless cycle, and that one day it's going to come to an end. You can only debase the currency so much until it's just not worth it anymore, and then they have to turn around. And I'm assuming somebody high up is working on the next financial system, and they're just going to, they're going to have to flip the switch at some point, right? They can't just keep printing money, because that never works. It's never worked in the history of money. It's never worked in the history of mankind. I know there are, let me see here before I go. I have so this guy here, Aaron Day 2024, 775 plus fiat currencies have failed throughout history. And he has a partial list. The actual number is in the thousands. I think the last time I checked, it was something like 3,800 or 4,800 different fiat currencies, basically since, we started doing records on this planet. But none of them ever work long term, and almost all of them failed at some point because of inflation, because of overprinting of the money, whatever the money was used in these different ecosystems. Right? It was just, they just kept, if you could print money, if you could make money out of tree bark, and there's endless numbers of trees, and I can just go get more money to put into the system. I mean, that's basically what they're doing. And every single time it's failed, the US dollar is going to fail, guaranteed. But he has a nice little thread on this, and you might read it. It's Aaron Day 2024. You can look him up on Twitter. Oh, I'm not even following him. I need to give him a follow. But all good information. There's always enough money when you just print. Yeah. It works for them idiots. Yeah. It's like I said, and it's not going to work for long. We may have just a mere, number of years left before they just can't do it anymore, right? They have to print the money to pay the interest on the debt every year, right? It's just, it's crazy. It's a crazy cycle. So that's where we're at, people. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go look up Boner now and see what that degen play is, and maybe get into that. It might give me something to talk about that's more fun than all of the serious stuff that's going on in the world, and maybe will bring a little bit of joy back to my channel. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. I'm going to be, I think I'm done here for the evening. You all go have a great rest of your weekend, and thanks for the support. I do appreciate all you guys. Austin, I appreciate you jumping on the channel and answering some questions there, and bringing Matty B down a couple of levels there. He was getting a little crazy. But yep, that's it for me. I'm out. You guys have a great weekend.